Everyone's always asking me, Bulba, why are you still selling at MSRP? It makes no sense. With prices sky high, why would you do that? Well, here's the truth. There are some things that could actually get me to stop, and it almost just happened. No! We opened the card shop about 7 years ago, and let's just kind of blow through it here. We sold it simply to get students product at my gym, right? I had no intention of opening a card shop. I simply did it to get a few students who couldn't find product, wholesale, well, I shouldn't say wholesale pricing, slightly above, basically just cover fees and all that fun stuff. I made that promise, and here's the thing, I've stuck with it. This is one of my moral virtues, which is once I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Sticking to your word isn't just business, it's integrity. So, if I just changed my view just because pricing went $1 above MSRP and started selling above, that's not integrity. That's not virtue. That is marketing. I see lots of stores do this where when price is below MSRP, they'll, oh, we swear MSRP, we would never do that. The second it goes above, they flip the script, right? They immediately start selling at market rate, and they always have some kind of reason for it. Now, I'm going to be dogging on, just general people here. I don't mean to do that. My apologies. But I think this is a very important to understand and know. I see constantly from card shops all the time. They're saying, well, I got to sell it above MSRP because distributors are selling it to me above MSRP. That's not totally true. Just ask someone like Danny Phantom. That's why I love Danny Phantom. Almost everything he says on his channel, I can fact check with my distributor, and it's almost always true, okay? Wholesale prices from distributor has not gone up for me whatsoever. Yes, when there's a reprint or restock of items, there can be bundles that you have to take things for. That's different than prices going up. Then I'm hearing some people say, well, I'm getting charged $120. I'm getting charged market rate at release for this product. My distributor's never done that. Okay? I work with 2 distributors. One's like barely anything from them. And then my main one's Southern Hobby, one of the largest U.S. distributors. And they've not raised prices on. Well, this is why we sell at wholesale. My bad. This is why we sell at MSRP. I can't sell at wholesale, guys. Otherwise, what's the point? This is why we sell at MSRP at release, because not once have they ever increased prices at release, right? That'd be really jacked up if they did. And even my other one, I don't have the best relationship with them because I'm newer with them, so I don't like to give names on that. With Southern Hobby, I've worked with for a while. I have nothing bad to say about them. They're wonderful. The other one I haven't worked with too much, so I don't know how they may treat me just yet. So no names on that one. But they haven't increased. Now, they're a little higher than Southern, but they haven't increased prices on me. It's not like what people are saying. They're charging me 120, 140, 150. They're charging me market price. Hasn't happened, okay? Now, that's at release. Getting restocks, totally different story, okay? So keep that in check. So even Danny Phantom has said that. That's why they still do MSRP at release, okay? I believe Pokémon has distinguished that too, saying Southern hasn't raised prices. They give them bundles. And then same thing at release. He promises MSRP on it. But then I see other stores saying, no, they're selling it well above. So that's not true. I've seen those same stores, they promised MSRP before that, but then as soon as it went above, all of a sudden, there's 50 excuses. There's 50 reasons why they're not. Well, you see, I'm the victim. Yes, I'm upcharging you, but feel bad for me. It's just a scapegoat. The second it went above, they went back on their promises, and I'm not saying, like, hate on them, right? They got a brick and mortar store. Like, they got to do what they got to do to keep money on the table, okay? That's kind of what this video is about. What would make me hop off MSRP? So when I see these stores of brick and mortar, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, how do you guys do it? Because, like for instance, here in North Carolina where I am, our rent for our gym in it's slightly below 3,000 square foot is nearly 10 grand a month. Yeah. Imagine if that was for a card shop space. I would have to net profit 10 grand a month just to pay rent. I don't see how that would be possible, right? From the numbers I see, right? And we do pretty well. So I understand why card shops will sell it first chance they get when they're a physical store. Here's the thing, though. That's different than saying, hey, distributors are lying, they're selling it out the back door, they're making me, so I'm charging you more. That's wrong to me. Don't blame someone else when you're simply doing it because, it makes sense business-wise. Just say that, okay? Then people can choose. People aren't going to look at you and be like, oh, yeah, distributors suck for you, I'll buy it now. No, they're going to be like, okay, yeah, that business model makes sense. Yeah, that kind of sucks. All right, I'm still buying it because they've made the decision if they're going to buy it or not. So that's kind of my issue when I hear the misinformation is just, it's not that you're selling above MSRP or not MSRP. Do I find it moral or not? It's simply, you're not sticking to your word. You're not being truthful. You're not being honest with your customers who are trusting you. So why would I start not selling at MSRP? Well, this about happened recently. I just had a baby. I just got done building a house. That's why you see the set different than what it was before. The day we closed on our house, signed the contract, my wife's engine blew up and we had to buy her a new car. So now we have a car payment that we didn't have before. I got new employees at the gym. So there's just a lot more finances I have. And then my wife's taking care of the baby right now. She's on maternity leave. She's an amazing mother and I want her with my kid to raise her. I'm terrified of having to do that, right? I want her doing it. She wants to be home doing it. She's like heartbroken of thinking about going back to work. She has until the end of July to do so. So I wanted to get extra profit from the BulbaCards. That's why you see me doing all the videos now for marketing and, so you can see this thing, right? I don't know why you want to see it, but, and I had a choice recently. I was looking at it like, man, if I sold these super premium collections at market, I would 3 times my money. We sold super premium collection at MSRP on the website. Okay? We reached out to our customers. Please, dear God, if you're one of the customers and you got it for MSRP from us, please comment down below and let everybody know. Everyone's like, you're lying. You didn't really sell it to anybody. Now, by all means, we literally got like 50. It was slightly below 50. So it's not a lot. So it's not hordes of people are going to be coming and commenting. We had slightly below 50 super premium collections, but we sold them at MSRP. We also sold Destin Rivals at MSRP, so comment down below if you were able to pick up some of that. So I could have 3 times the money on Destin Rivals. Do you know how much that would have been for us? Instead, from wholesale to MSRP, you're talking about a 40% margin, not even doubling the money. Where most businesses, when you sell a product, you want to double your money on it because you got to sit on product for a while. That was really tough because it was, okay, I could start selling at market rate because you know what's more important than keeping my word and selling at MSRP? My wife and my kid. I would do anything for them. You guys could bash me all day. I would laugh and wave goodbye to you, right? But I have a moral of taking care of my family. I have a moral of selling at MSRP. I had to stop and think, can I achieve both while still holding to my morals? And I was able to. I picked up a few extra private lessons at the gym. Sales have picked up here by us selling the Japanese products, so thank you guys for that. And we're getting her soap studio up and running soon. So, for those people who are watching this video now, go check out chosenpathsoaps.com. My wife sells custom-made soaps there. She takes orders. Fantastic product. I use it for everything. We sell it at gyms, and we have a lot of gyms that rebrand and sell it at their stuff. So check out chosenpath.com, our sponsor for this video. So we're getting her business up and running. I was able to get her website set up recently. So I was able to do both. Okay? And that's the only time I'll give up on a moral, when it's in conflict with another moral that's more important to me. Now, for now, I'm going to keep selling at MSRP because I can do both, right? Those aren't in conflict. But let's look at the pros and cons of MSRP, selling at MSRP, because I don't want you thinking it's me white knighting. Oh, look at me, I'm MSRP knight. Please come buy from me, screw everybody else. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's simply beneficial and smart business strategy for me. Okay? It's not humanitarian. If I was losing money and it was harming me, I probably wouldn't be selling to you at MSRP. I'd either be keeping it, letting it raise up in price, or sell it at market rate, right? So let's look at some of the pros and cons of selling at MSRP. So one of the first pros that's fantastic for me: traffic. Traffic to the site. People hear we sell at MSRP in such a crazy time like this. Well, guess who goes to my website? Everybody. Okay? So everybody ends up coming to our website. Fantastic traffic, and it really boosts our numbers. Cons to selling at that, right? What's in conflict with that?
Yeah, but don't forget, products sell out instantly, and visitors see an empty site like that, they don't return. It attracts price chasers as well, people who aren't loyal customers, and they just come in and wipe off all the shelves and scalp everything. So why shouldn't you just do it?
Now, that is true. That's my inner self. I like to talk to myself in my head a lot. So that's not untrue. When during the Evolving Skies time, we would post on Reddit and sell out within 5 minutes. I thought we were doing a fantastic job. However, when the website gets wiped out and we don't have anything on the site for a while, traffic drops, and those people typically don't come back. This is why I can't blame those stores who have physical shops for bumping up the price, because otherwise they get wiped out. Which that leads us to our next big point here. It's easier to keep stock when you're selling at market price. One of the worst things you can do is sell well below. Guess who that attracts? The scalpers. Okay? They all come rushing in. They buy up your product simply to go sell somewhere else, right? Why should I sell at a loss or barely anything, and then people go make 3 times profit on something I sold them? Why is that fair? Right? So that's when a card shop does it. I don't really blame them, because otherwise you just get people come in, buy it all up, and go resell it somewhere else. So when you see a brick and mortar store end up selling a little bit below market rate or at market rate, well, sometimes it's just to keep stuff on their shelf. Cardinal Gaming talks about that a lot, right? People walk in, there's nothing behind them. People don't stay. People don't come back. So it's important to have a lot of product on the shelves. Now, I'm going to check my mic real quick. Oh, are we good? All right. It's inside out. Okay. So it's fine. I didn't see the light there. Normally there's a light. But he talks about a lot. By selling at market price, it helps keep product on the shelf. So.
Yeah, but doing that is a lot of work, and you constantly have to adjust prices up and down, and worst, customers can't rely on you for pricing.
That is true. So that is something I do concern myself with as well, is the amount of time I got put in changing pricing. We used to do that. Man, it's paying the bottom, right? But it's great that customers can just go, okay, we know BulbaCards is going to have it for this price at all times, right? So for instance, when the market's kind of more stable, a little down, we always sell at 120, right? That's enough little profit for me. It also doesn't fly off the shelf, but it's not going to cost me money. When it's above MSRP, we just sell at MSRP. But then customers know, hey, first place I'm going to check out, BulbaCards, because I know the price and I know what's going to be. As long as they're in stock, I can get it, right? Versus if they always like, oh, what's the price going to be today when I go in someplace? That causes more stress. That's more friction for a customer to buy. Now, in the short term, market rate's fantastic, but you get lost in the shuffle. You're just another store that people are looking at, right? Having the MSRP branding really helps us. We used to have that as our tagline, MSRP guaranteed, but then the whole, restocks kind of bumping up, or a lot of times we'll do bundles to kind of deal with those. Bundles, right? We'll do bundles to deal with the bundles they send us. But there are some times, like recently, I took a bundle, and it was so random all the stuff I had to get because they were out of what I'd normally order, like dragon shields. It's kind of hard to put bundles together on the website when each item would have to sell as a separate item, and I can't really list it like that. So that's why we changed the rule to MSRP at release, is so that way, okay, if I just get 1 or 2 items, I don't want to have some stuff over here. These things, we got a bunch of these, but then there's other times where I may get something like this and get 3 of them, right? Well, I can't just eat that cost, but I also can't sit there and list 20 different items of the same thing with one thing changed. So that's when, okay, we'll just throw it on the website, sell it for a higher price, and then throw this on like discount one day for like $1. So, or just throw them in the subscription boxes as a hey, here you go. Thank you for supporting us. Until then, however, we will continue being MSRP. That's not changing. It's not affecting me negatively. Even if it did, you keep pushing forward, okay? That's the difference between virtue, morals, and marketing. Okay, as soon as it gets inconvenient, just changing your mind, that was never a moral. It was simply convenience for you. It's like when a kid in class, they tell me, that they punched a kid beside them or pushed them. I'm like, hey, why would you do that? It's not okay to punch someone. They're like, yeah, I know. I'm like, then why'd you do it? They're like, well, because I was upset. Okay, so then it's okay? And they're like, yeah, because I was mad. It's like, no. When you're mad should be when you have more self-control, not less, right? It's like you should be positive only when things are going good. When it's negative, it's fine to be negative, right? When things are bad, it's fine to be negative. Like, no, you need positivity for when things are bad. You're naturally positive when you're happy. You need it for when things are bad. I have MSRP guaranteed as our logo simply when it's a struggle to go, man, what should I do? I said MSRP. I'm going to do MSRP. That's all there is to it. Until one day there's enough conflict between my family and the MSRP colliding, and then I have to make a choice. I'll choose my wife and kid any day over that. But no time soon are we changing MSRP. We're at the peak of the craziness right now, and you guys are seeing we haven't changed. So things are probably going to start dipping down soon. We're maintaining it. We will maintain that as long as humanly possible. So keep supporting us. We'll keep supporting you. Big shout out to Chosen Path Soaps, our sponsor today. If you like custom made soaps, we have beef tallow soaps. We got my favorite pine tar soaps, right? Smell like a good big old wood fire. We even have soaps for jiu-jitsu that help protect against ringworms, stuff like that. That's chosenpathsoaps.com. It's my wife's site. We're just recently launching it. They got fantastic product. We've sold a lot in person and at farmers markets, but never online. We're getting that going. Support me, support my wife, and get some amazing soap while you're at it. Other than that, guys, like, comment, and subscribe down below and let me know. Did you know we sold at MSRP? Do you really care? Would you be happy at market rate with like a 20% discount? Let me know down below. Are you more irritated when things are sold out or when it's 3 times the price? That's what I'm very interested in. Really, comment down below. This isn't just to get, I'm really interested in that. Are you more irritated that we're always sold out? Or are you more irritated going to a shop and seeing it at 3 times the price? Very interested to hear what you say.